Oh, yes. Here we go, Munchkin. Where are we now, baby dolls? I want you to think about the cycle ahead of us. We are going to talk about some juicy information regarding emotions. And we're going to go through some juicy information regarding Uncle Peter Schiff, who's actually a lover of Ethereum. What? Yes. When it comes to these cycles, friends, you got to know this. It's going to keep repeating. Humans buy things when they think it's going up, as it's going up. Do you see the difference? We all want to buy low and sell high, but there's two types of buyers. Some people buy cheap during depressions, okay? Other people, the other 90%, they don't buy cheap during depressions. They buy as things are going up. There are people with different speeds at which they buy. Some wait for one green monthly candle. Now, there's a funny part. They don't know they're buying at the end of one green monthly candle. They're looking for certain conditions, but they effectively are buying after one green monthly candle. The emotional money starts to get really emotional after 3 monthly candles of green. 3. You need 3. I don't know why. You need 3. That's it. You can even see, friends, in 2021, October was the top. All right. October, November. Look at this. We made a top, but there was no euphoria in the market in October 2021. Why? It's because we were staggering. Green, green, red. This was Rectember 2021. One big green, red. We were never able to lift off. But look at the altcoin euphoria that happened into Dogecoin mania. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bang, it's all over. And it really was all over, friends. That's why I'm going to have to play you some gentle angel music. Is there a pattern we can see here? Look at the recovery wave in 2019. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. 5 green candles. When did everybody really start hamping it up? It's after the third candle. If the third green candle is really sensitive, it's like, okay, at this point, if we get one more green candle, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my mind. And that's exactly what started happening once you get the fourth ones, right? So you can even see it embedded into Bitcoin's history. When you start to see it from this lens, it makes sense. This candle color counting, it's so simple, but it makes so much sense. It's because humans, we think linearly. We think, hey, what was that person? What has he or she done for me lately? All right? Lately. What does lately mean? Well, we can only remember a few months back. Really, with our emotions. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up more. All right? That's why when I paint these pictures, where are we now? Have a think about the candles, okay? Usually, just from guessing, okay, but you can tell this as well, and if you have a hard enough sniff, the it's over part is 1 to 3 red weekly candles, usually. But it's so over is like a deep 1 monthly candle or even 2 monthly candles red. I mean, it's so over at that point. I mean, I can prove it to you right now. I mean, look at this. Bang, bang, he's China from 2021. But you can see it right now. Look at this. This was when it was like, oh my gosh, there's 2 in a row. Bang, it's so over. Let me tell you this. If you go back here, friends, GCR, Kobe, Richard Hart, these people who believe that the bull market was over, they started getting really euphoric in December 2021. And what I mean by euphoric, I mean in a bad way. They went bearish euphoria. They're like, oh, it's so over. It's really over. 2 red months in a row, bang. I want to tell you this. Firstly, you're my friend. Secondly, straighten your back. Thirdly, in the bull market of 2017, look at that. We had 1 red candle, greens, 1 red candle, greens, 1 red candle. All right. But look at when it was finally over. It was the second red candle. And unfortunately, most of the move, it's done by the time you get there. That's why you don't have any guarantees in this game, friends. if you're trying to count the colors of the candle, you don't have any, like, there's no perfect formula, but that's when you're like, oh crap, we're ushering in really bad times. Now, it's not perfect because look at this. There were 2 red candles here in 2013, and then we just went to zippity zip pop. But if you look at it before that, 2 red candles meant the end of it. All right, so that's the it's so over part. And yeah, it really does get painful, doesn't it? At least you have this information, you know. But if you wait for the 2 red candles, it's going to be too rough, friends, because altcoins are down 75 to 80% off their top by that point. Right? So what are you going to do? Sell that 80% down? Well, technically you should, but it just takes time, man. You just know, oh my gosh. I think a better way to approach it next time is if you see that, you're like, okay, we ain't going anywhere for 12 months. And no one wants to hear that. There's no hope left anymore, right? We're back. When does we're back happen? Well, 1 green monthly candle. It's enough to get us like, oh, maybe this is it. But we're really back. We are so back. That's when you start to get the 2 or 3 green monthly candles. But at that point, it can stop or it can keep going. Wow, we're going over and over. So it's all about how humans perceive their recent emotions. That's why the market's chaotic, man. The prices are chaotic. Trying to predict this stuff in the short term, literally, you have no idea. All I can tell you is there will come a time, just like there was a lot of people sad and crying, there's going to be a lot of people yelling with excitement. We got to be ready. Now, Uncle Peter Schiff is a fascinating individual. Uncle Peter Schiff, I want to remind you of something. He's a contrarian. And he's like really contrarian. But Uncle Peter Schiff, he goes contrarian just for the sake of being contrarian. So that's what, like, well, you can't really do that, man. You can't just say, oh, well, golly gee, what do you like drinking? Water? Oh, water's bad. Huh, everybody agrees that water's good. It must be bad. So that's his type of mentality. Now, Uncle Peter Schiff, in one interview, I'll never forget this. I think it was 2022 or 2021. He went on stage and everybody on the panel was bullish on Bitcoin. And it was the bear market. I think it was 2022. And he said, well, you know what? Because everybody on this panel, 3 of them, are bullish Bitcoin, I'm going to take the other side. I'm bullish on Ethereum. Have you heard of a little coin called Ethereum, friends? Now, what was freaking fascinating was, you're not going to believe this. I can actually find it on the chart where Uncle Peter Schiff had this interview somewhere. I'm not kidding, man. It was somewhere here. I mean, ETH BTC, they did a successful merge launch and actually went up. I mean, it was so wonderful. I was like, wait a minute. Did Uncle Peter Schiff get the first trade of his life right in the past 25 years? That was amazing to see. Now, if only he could run with that, but he can't because he's like, crypto's a Ponzi, right? So, fascinating, right? It's fascinating how things get priced in. Even a boomer can get it right sometimes. And please, I want you to remember, no matter what happens in the cycles, please be prepared just in case we have to act, friends. I don't want to act. I know. I just want to keep holding. I want it to go up forever. But man, if the US Fed stops holding rates, so they go from a hold, we got to start cutting, we got to cut. If they start doing that, you got to be careful because we know if we're expecting markets to keep going up, we're in hope mode. Remember the Wall Street cheat sheet? We're going to have to be prepared to exit in the euphoria if the Fed cuts rates and we get it. So we don't know. Too many people know now. That's what I'm telling you right now, friends. It's a moving target, man. It's a freaking moving target. We know. The crowd knows, when they cut rates, it's bearish. But it depends, right? See, if we went up, see this part here? I know it's pretty hard to see, but if we draw it on another part, if we went up, which is the opposite of down, all right, what's going to happen is you're going to have the good people, the good crypto influencers out there, the good hearts. They're not going to know what they're doing. They're going to say, well, the market knows that when the Fed cuts rates, it's bearish. So I'm going to be double bullish now. That's what they're going to say. And trust me, I go to sleep every night sniffing my pillow, praying that this happens. But I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. This ain't happening. You want to know why? Because it never happens. You want to know why? Because this part is called hope. All right? It's hope. Do you remember I told you our crypto bear market is going to be filled with hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief, hope and disbelief, rinsing up and down, up and down. Yes, I got that correct. That's what this whole year's been. Literally, find me someone else who nailed it. Find me someone else Who nailed it? Good luck. You won't. Only one person nailed it with me, GCR. Okay, but find me someone else. No one. Hope and disbelief. Hope and disbelief. I told you. Hope and disbelief rinsing. We've had 3 rinses so far. There are more to come. And I know you like coming friendly show. Look, I don't like to say that, you know, if we go up and everyone says, golly gee, friends, I think we shouldn't get out because 1, 4-year cycle. 2, the Fed cutting rates being bearish. It's already known. I don't want to get to that point, man, but I'm just telling you now, if we're up, I'm going to have to draw the H, friends. H for hope. All right. And then, so you got to wonder, like, okay, what does that mean, hope? It means you go, I hope this time we go up when the Fed cuts rates. Even though there's a 95% chance based off the past 100 years that when they cut rates, they're cutting too late and the economy keeps crashing and then people send crypto down. All right. What would also hope be? It would be, I hope we don't crash if stocks go down. I hope it doesn't happen. You see that? It's dangerous, friends. It's dangerous. Now, eventually, this is where the sweet cherries come out, friends. Eventually, the hope becomes optimism. But hope takes a while to get rid of it. How do we know we're going to go from hope to optimism? I'll tell you when. All right, that's all I can promise you. I'll tell you when it's time. It's not time yet. We haven't crushed the Break-Even Soyboys. You remember the Break-Even Soyboys, friends? Break-Even Soyboys. Be honest with you. Just be honest with me, friends. Yes, we haven't crushed them. You know we haven't. All right, well, this is not even up for discussion. All right, the 37K to 45K buyers of Bitcoin, that zone, and wherever altcoins were in that time, they're not out yet. You know they're not out. It hurts me to say, you got to give them a chance to get out. You got to give them a chance to see it come back to break even and then go back down 20%, and then a new piece of news comes out and them to sell that bottom of that dip. I don't want to be there, but it's just, it is. Hey, aren't you glad you got a friend telling you that this is what's coming next? So you're prepared for what comes next. Now, at the end of the day, the long-term fundamentals matter most. Use this time to think to your mind, all right, do I have stocks I can sell? Do I have a second car I can sell? Can I get an extra job? Can I ask for more wages? Can I do something to grab money elsewhere? That's what you should be thinking about. You know, don't forget, man, you could be working your job and you go, all right, if I put, let's say it's someone out there, they have 10,000 in savings. They go, all right, well, maybe they're contributing $1,000 a month to their savings. They might say, well, if I grabbed 5K from that savings, dumped it into crypto today, and I don't look at it for 18 months, I will replace that $10,000. It's down to 5 now. I'll add $1,000 every month for the next 5 months. It just gives me peace of mind that I've allocated now. Now, eventually, you're going to run out of time to do this, but you get the point, friends. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget Peppy, Green, Candle, Moon. Catch you soon.